Barialaga, Liga Gagagagagagaga, Bosi Kalabori Baburi Masakanda, Lasia Kura Masunda, Balibru Muzundele Barialaganda, Lasia Kandara Mosia. I hear this morning, I am in my Goshen, Pasi Karabosia, every herald trying to spy on me, trying to gather information, trying to locate my destinations, to destroy my life, to destroy my vision, to destroy my destiny. Every herald in 2026 trying to destroy my plant at the tender stage, in the name of Jesus, be destroyed by fire, be destroyed by fire, be destroyed by fire. You see, this prayer, you are going to pray this prayer. This is one of the biggest strategies that the devil uses. When the devil sees you, I know you are bright. The devil will want to destroy you when you don't have knowledge of who you are. The devil wants to destroy you before you become something. The Bible said when Christ was born, the herald seek to destroy Christ because he knows he has heard of who he is. He wants to destroy him when he cannot defend himself. Look at when Moses was born. Enemy sought to destroy Moses because he knew what Moses was going to do. He knew that Moses carried the fulfillment of prophecy. Without Moses, Israel's captivity will be expanded. It will be delayed. They will be destroyed. That is how important that Moses is. That the enemy sought to destroy him before he know how to resist, before he know how to defend himself. We are going to pray. Every power that want to destroy you before your time, every power that vow that you will not get to know what the Lord has designed for you. This morning, child of God, rise up, guide your loins. We are going to pray. We are going to pray. Father, I know, Jehovah, I thank you because I am planted in my Goshen. I thank you because I am planted in my Goshen, in the place of safety, in the place of preservation, in the place of divine covering. Though I am in the world, I am hidden in you. It is written in Hosea chapter 11 verse 1, say, when Israel was a child, then I loved him. When Israel was a child, then I loved him. Lord, I lift up my voice against every herald. Hidden in 2026. Every power spying on me, every authority gathering information, every system attempting to locate my destination. Every system attempting to locate my destination in order to destroy me. I say no. I say no. I say no. In the name of Jesus. Every enemy tracking my progress, to destroy my life, to destroy my vision, to destroy my destiny, I say no. I say no. For I am Lord. Even as a child, the Lord is my defense when I cannot defend myself. Therefore, I say no. I say no. It is written in Matthew chapter 2 verse 13. Then Herod sought the young child to destroy him. By the authority of heaven, I decree every herald assigned to terminate my purpose at my tender stage, in the name of Jesus, fall now, fall now, fall now, fall now, Fall now. Fall now. In the name of Jesus. Malibro Musunde. Balibra Basunda. Every plan. Malibro Musunde Lebadialakanda. To abort my vision. To abort my vision before maturity. Scatter by fire. Scatter by fire. Scatter by fire. Scatter by fire. Every wicked intelligence. Network, Malibro Musunde, monitoring my rising in the name of Jesus. Be confused, be confused, be silent, be silent in the name of Jesus. It is written in Psalm 91 verse 1, Pasi Karabasunde, it says, "He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." Father, hide me in your pavilion. In the hide me in your pavilion. In the name of Jesus, let my location, Masikada, be concealed from every evil eye. Let my location be concealed from every evil eye in 2026. In the Libra Masunda, my Libra Masunde, every power designed, dispatched to Libra Masunda to gather information, to gather intelligence, Lord, Libra Masunde, against what you have planned for me in 2026. Scatter by fire, scatter by fire, scatter by fire. My location is concealed in 2026. It shall not be exposed to any evil eye. In the name of Jesus, let my destiny, Masikarabasunda, be inscripted in divine wisdom. Let it be inscripted in divine wisdom. In the name of Jesus, they shall see, they will not understand. They shall see, they shall not understand. They will hear, they cannot comprehend. In the name of Jesus, where they expected me to be, let me not be found. 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 In the Libro Musundele Badia Lakanda, Malibro Musundele Badia Lakanda Ramosia, Likarabasundele Badia Lakanda, Balibro Mazunde, Lakunda Ramosindela Badia Lakanda, and there we are warned, Basika, it is written in Matthew chapter 2 verse 12. Jesus. And there we are warned of God in a dream and departed another way. Then we are warned of God never to return to Herod. Then we are warned of God to depart from another way. In the name of Jesus, my Libra Masunda, every source of information, every source of feedback, my Libra Maseke, to my enemy, be scattered, be diverted, be diverted, be diverted, be diverted. Every system, every network, confusion, let there be breakdown in their system, in their network, in the name of Jesus. Oh Lord, reroute my path, reroute my path, reroute my path, frustrate every tracking spirit, frustrate every tracking spirit, in the name of Jesus. Let confusion enter their camp, in the name of Jesus. Let confusion enter the camp of my enemies, in the name of Jesus. I declare, in the name of Jesus, Malibro Masunda, my destiny will not be aborted. My destiny will not be aborted. My vision will not be killed when I'm young. In the name of Jesus, my purpose will mature and manifest. In the name of Jesus, my Goshen is secured. My Goshen is secured. Every Herod of 2026, political Herod, spiritual Herod, ancestral Herod, systematic Herod, fall by fire, fall by fire, fall by fire. Every Herod assigned to destroy me, Malibro Masunda, assigned to destroy my planting in the name of Jesus at my tender age, Malibro Masunda, be consumed by fire, be consumed by fire. Let divine judgment fall upon you. Every Herod designed to destroy me in my tender age, Makanda Bruzia, when I cannot fight for myself, when I cannot understand, in the name of Jesus, be confused, be confused. confused, be confused, be blindfolded, be blindfolded, be blindfolded. I am preserved. I am preserved in the name of Jesus. I am hidden in the name of Jesus. I am protected in the name of Jesus. I am in my Goshen. Herod will not find me.